Straight out of grad school, it was 2004, started teaching in the Syracuse City School District. I was halfway up the seniority list, so I figured even if they made some cuts, I was going to be good, not knowing they'd cut the entire 22 of us in that department. Being brand new parents, just purchased their first home, we didn't certainly want to rush into anything, but at the same time, we didn't have a lot of time to figure it out.
I met Nick in a transition from one career to what became his career here at Prudential. He was voted two-time Syracuse Teacher of the Year by his peers and was subsequently downsized like the next day. I mean, almost you can't make this stuff up. The playbook would say, if you're a teacher, you're a teacher, you're a teacher. Whether that means you're teaching sports to kids or you're teaching financial literacy to clientele. But I think there's a bit more there. Whatever makes teachers teachers, that's what Nick has. You just know it when you see it. There's a passion there. You left that first interview saying, geez, this guy just needs a platform to excel. And I think that's ultimately what we gave him.
The first interview I had with Matt, I could almost feel the culture. I know it kind of sounds odd, but I could tell some was just a little bit different, a little bit more personalized touch from the management level, which you don't really get at a lot of companies. That starts right with Matt, trickles down through all the managers into what you see here. There's a certain type of person it takes to do what Matt does at the level he does it at. He'll talk about systems, but I think for him, one thing maybe he doesn't talk enough about is his level of passion. Deep down, at least what I see is he wants to make sure that people like me, live the lives that we want, and he certainly enabled that.
You give him guidance, you give him accountability, you give him feedback, and someone like Nick who gets all that just ends up flourishing. It's just how it works. He hired a marketing assistant who is his wife, Jess. Nick and Jess's interaction is, I would say, as good as it gets. They've been able to do a lot more together than they would have on their own.
The job that I had was zero flexibility, so being able to have more flexibility, a little bit more incentive, help him out in the business, it helps to have both of our brains working toward one common goal now.
There's a lot of places where you don't necessarily have somebody that always has your back and has a path for you. If you give people a lot of stability and you're always here, and teaming together can do some pretty cool things, and people rally around that culture.
We've had our own private office for a couple of years. Jessica just clipsed her 2-year anniversary, so now it's our practice, it's not my practice. We have 2 Geminis and probably looking to hire someone else. We're in a really good spot.
When I come across a teacher that's kind of lost his way in the marketplace, and there's a lot of them these days, do I think of a gentleman like Nick and do I tell that story? Absolutely, because it resonates. That's, for me, the most rewarding piece of this whole thing, is to find somebody at a crossroads, help them, and watch them flourish. That's the good stuff.